Israel is a uniquely evil society. Notes from the edge of the narrative matrix. A former Knesset member named Moshe Feiglin went on Israeli television on Tuesday and proclaimed that every child, every baby in Gaza is an enemy of Israel, and that not a single Gazan child will be left there after Israel's genocidal onslaught is completed. Feiglin said, "Every child, every baby in Gaza is an enemy. The enemy is not Hamas, nor is it the military wing of Hamas, as our military commander tells us, that we are forbidden to harm a Hamasnik unless he is part of the military wing. Every child in Gaza is the enemy. We need to occupy Gaza and settle it, and not a single Gazan child will be left there. There is no other victory." End quote. This comes as the United Nations urgently warns that Israel still isn't allowing aid into Gaza, posing an immediate threat to the lives of thousands of babies. Israel is a uniquely evil society. I don't think that's an unfair or unreasonable thing to say. Many other nations do evil things, and many other nations have murderous extremists. But what other nations have their own mainstream politicians saying this sort of thing on mainstream television? I can't think of any. A new poll shared by Israel's Channel 13 News found that most Israelis still don't believe their government has to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. It's not just the leaders. It's not just the fringe wingnuts. It's a whole country full of sociopaths. Israel's atrocities in Gaza are the result of what Israelis are as a collective. The entire nation is heartless and fucked in the head. Axios' Barak Ravid has published yet another anonymously sourced article claiming the U.S. president is frustrated with Netanyahu, only this time the president is Trump. Ravid is an Israeli intelligence insider who during the Biden administration spearheaded the freakish trend in U.S. news media of churning out articles which insinuated that the president may be just moments away from breaking with the Israeli government and halting the Gaza genocide, a claim which, according to Israel's then ambassador to the United States, was never anywhere close to being true. Ravid reports that, quote, President Trump has been frustrated by the ongoing war in Gaza and upset by images of suffering of Palestinian children, and has told his aides to tell Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that he wants him to wrap it up. Which sounds awesome until you remember that Ravid has also printed such lines as, "A U.S. official said this part of last Saturday's call between the two leaders was one of the most difficult and frustrating conversations Biden has had with Netanyahu since the beginning of the war in Gaza. It's a sign of the growing tensions between Biden and Netanyahu." That one's from December 2023. Here's another one from January 2024. President Biden and other senior U.S. officials are becoming increasingly frustrated with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his rejection of most of the administration's recent requests related to the war in Gaza. Another one from February 2024. Biden has grown increasingly frustrated with Netanyahu and Israel's actions during the war. The U.S. president earlier this month called the Israeli military operation in Gaza over the top, and in January he told Netanyahu he's not in it for a year of war. Another one from March 2024. The U.S. officials say Biden and many other senior officials at the White House and the State Department are extremely frustrated by what they see as ungratefulness by Netanyahu. The list just goes on and on and on and on. It's month after month after month of this shtick. Who does this guy think he's kidding? This isn't journalism, it's propaganda. He's just providing the public with false assurance and buying time for Israel to complete its genocide. And now we're getting reports that Israel is preparing to attack Iranian nuclear facilities if Tehran's negotiations with Washington don't go the way it likes. Something's got to be done about this maniacal regime. The Washington Post has published an article titled, "Biden was empath in chief, Can a divided country offer him empathy? Subtitled, In the face of Biden's cancer diagnosis, does the country have the capacity for empathy despite the political rancor, distrust, alternative facts, and lies? These lines about a genocidal monster sum up everything I hate about the mainstream media, and liberals, and Western civilization all at once. I wish for Joe Biden what he has always wished for the Palestinians. I wish for everyone what they wish for the Palestinians. No more, no less. Just exactly what they wish for.